All right. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm live right now, I think. This is my first time going live. So let's go ahead and move over a little bit so you can see my sign. All right. So, welcome, welcome to Be Still and Know with Adam. This is my first time doing a live stream. And I just wanted to do a little bit of a talk on feeling worn out. I like to have my YouTube channel be authentic, so that my messages can reach beings and souls and have a kind of resonance that rings true for them. I'm talking to myself right now, but hopefully one day maybe this message will reach somebody and help out and make them feel better about their experience in this reality. Um, I was kind of nervous to start today because I've never done this, and also because I kept feeling like, what do I have to talk about? What would matter to people? How can I serve people? Because unlike most people on social media platforms these days, I'm not looking for fame. I'm not looking for um, notoriety or money or anything like that. I kind of just want to live my life, and if this can help people, then that's a good thing. And if it can also get me enough subscribers one day to make a little money and live my life, then maybe that's also a good thing. But I wanted to start off today with feeling worn out. I don't know about you, but in 2023, I've been feeling very, very worn out lately. I've been feeling a lot of energies and feelings of almost like sabotage or being held back or being held captive in many ways. And it's not just my paranoia. I think that there are actually a lot of negative entities and energies that are at play right now and flying around and doing some crazy stuff in the ether. And so um, this is my first time really talking about these things uh, live for people, so that they can give me their instant feedback if they wanted to, which is kind of scary as well, to get feedback from people, especially the hate and the negativity in the ether. Because I do follow social media platforms and I'm on a couple of them. And there's a lot of negativity and a lot of negative comments out there. And it seems like the more and more that we go through this life, that I go through this life, that I see more and more of the just the nastiness of people and the degrading of what we could be, the degradation of human nature. So that's kind of wearing me out. I didn't want this to be a complain fest because I don't want to just kind of get my feelings and have this be some kind of cathartic thing. I want this to actually help people and give them some kind of, I don't know, feeling of you're not alone. Maybe similar feelings. You've been going through similar things. So that's what I'm kind of looking for right now, is to help out with people's lives and to help them feel like they're not alone. And so I guess I'll just start with some of my experiences in the last couple months, year, whatever. Um, well, I started off this channel a couple of years ago because I wanted to show my journey as I started to raise my frequency, as I started to improve myself and become a better person, and also just become the person that I knew that I was destined to be. And so, over the last couple of years, I've been doing that. But I feel like lately I've been worn out by the universe, by reality, by the matrix. I've been worn out because there's been some global things that have happened, but there's also been some local and some things that have happened in my own personal life that have worn me out. I've dealt with family death. I've dealt with my pet dying as well. I've dealt with health issues. I've dealt with just a general, I don't know, bad breaks in life, not getting a good break, not going to the place that I need to be, uh, seeing doors shut. I don't know, raise your thumb. I was a teacher for many years, and I still would like to be a teacher, but unfortunately, it seems like the more I try to do that, the more I get pushed out of the mainstream schools in the United States. Uh, and it's not one person or one school doing it, and so I have to start to think, it's either me, I'm a bad teacher, or I'm a bad employee, or whatever, or there's just some energies that aren't mixing with my energy, and because of that, I keep getting pushed out through different reasons. And recently, the same thing happened to me with my online teaching job, and so I've dealt with bad breaks, bad breaks. I've dealt with unfortunate timing of things, and there's been a lot of things where it feels like I'm trying to take 2 steps forward, and I'm taking like almost like 3 steps back because I'm ending up worse off than I was before. I even tried to start something new and have something beautiful come out of a new pet, and it's been having diarrhea nonstop since I got it, and it clawed me and scratched me up, and it's been tearing up the house, and using the bathroom outside the box because it's so sick. And I'm about to take it to the vet, but um, it's still just been such a hassle. So that's another thing that's been, kind of feeling like I've been being worn out inside my own sphere in my own house, and then I've been worn out by family, doing dramatic things or having their own issues in life, and it affecting me. Okay, and also I've been worn out by just the general atmosphere of where the country's going, geopolitics, reading the news, things like that. That's wearing me out. All right, and then I have been watching and learning more and more every day about things like the Schumann resonance, about things like the way that our sun is becoming more active lately, and that how these light codes are affecting our being, our DNA, our bodies. So I've been feeling a lot of those physical symptoms as well, a lot of those what they call ascension symptoms, where I feel very worn out, and so my body's been aching. I also had my wisdom teeth removed recently, and that knocked me out, and I got a terrible infection, and it was a huge, big abscess in my cheek, and I had to finally squeeze it out. Oh man, I've been worn out in so many ways lately. So raise your thumbs up if you feel the same way, like you've been worn out. Okay, and just in general, I just feel like thing after thing has been thrown in my path that has been kind of like, oh my goodness. A good example was yesterday when um, I was cleaning up the cat's litter box and trying to clean up all the mess that he had made, and all the plants that he has destroyed and all the dirt on the floor. And as I was in the middle of cleaning his litter box and stuff, he had to use it, and he was scared because the box was out of its place, even though it was right there. And so he went instead into the corner near my bedroom on the floor and did a big diarrhea puddle there. So, I mean, it's been a terrible couple months. But the thing is that I didn't come on here to complain. All right, I came here to maybe get it out a little bit, but I also came here to help myself and help others realize that this is not the end. This is not the end of my story. This is not the end of my life. This is not the end uh, of the good things in life. There are still many good days to come, and it doesn't matter what you feel has been taken. There's always a chance, as long as you have breath, for restoration. And so that's one thing that I wanted to talk about today and focus on, because even though I've been so worn out, been so depressed, I've wanted to sleep all day, stay in bed, I just can't, because I know that there's more ahead. And there's beautiful things also happening in my life, beautiful things with my family, new relationships, new things like that, and new everything. But they're happening at the same time as all these negatives. And so that's another thing that I wanted to, I'm trying to get under my crystal. There I go. Another thing I wanted to focus on is that there can be duality. There can be kind of like yin and yang. There can be both sides, dark and light, at the same time. And we can exist in the most beautiful time and in the most horrible time at the same time. It can be one thing. And so, even though there's nobody watching this, I hope that eventually you guys hear this message and realize that no matter how dark your days are getting, there's always light as well. And I have my saying that I use in my videos, which is, no matter what comes your way, it's going to be a great day. And that saying comes from the fact that you can always choose to look at the sunny side of life. You can always choose to look at the other side of how things are going. And I know a lot of these fake spiritual gurus these days, these positive everybody's, they want to, say that same thing, like, don't look at the negative, just be positive, it'll turn around. And but even though that they are a little bit toxic in their toxic positivity, they have a little bit of truth in there, in that what you focus on does grow. And even though there are things that are terrible, if you choose to focus and dwell on it for more than a couple moments, then it will start to take a bigger place in your mind and in your heart. and it will start to grow there. And that isn't a big reason why I decided to come on today, to help remind myself and help remind everybody else out there that it doesn't matter how bad your day is, it can eventually end in a good way as long as you choose to see it that way, as long as you choose to see that each moment of a day is different, and a whole day in itself doesn't have to be terrible. And that's why I say no matter what comes your way, it's going to be a great day. But um, it's not just focusing on the positive, it's also choosing to see that there are other things out there um, besides the negative things that are happening in your life. And if you choose to focus on just the negative, you'll be blinded to the good things that are happening that could help you maybe dig yourself out of a terrible day if you just choose to focus on those things too. And so that's another reason why I'm pushing this message out there. Um, Another thing that I wanted to talk about is not just being positive, but also sitting in the suck. My girlfriend, my fiance now, has been telling me this, that her therapist has helped her with that. That instead of having that constant, well, how can you look at the positive side? This therapist is using a different technique, which is saying, allow yourself to sit in the suck. Allow yourself to be authentic. If you're having a terrible time, sit down and cry about it and let yourself feel it. Be angry about it. Be mad. Because sometimes things are holding us back, whether they be our personal sphere, our cat, or whether they be geoglobal, your salary and how much money you can make and how much you can save for your family. Those things all seem like they're out of our control. And sometimes, most of the time, they are. But we can always choose to do things about them once we have validated our feelings and sat through them and really experienced them. So sit in the suck, feel it, be authentic, but then realize that emotions are passing energies. They're passing waves, just like light. And you don't have to sit with an emotion forever. And so after you're done with sitting in the suck, after you're done crying, it's always a good thing to pick yourself up and look again on the brighter side and see what I can do now and what are my actions that I have power over now. And even though I felt very powerless in my last year of my experience and my journey, um, I still feel like I can do something. That's why I'm still pushing myself today to get out of bed and do laundry and clean up after my cat. I already cleaned up after my cat's box and cleaned up the floor where it was diarrhea on and everything. And I sit in the suck, but then I also find out, what can I do moving forward? Because that's not the end of my life. My life doesn't end because something sucks. And if I'm ending my life, or my life ends because something's sucking, then obviously it's not the end, right? I hate that saying, it's not over till the fat lady sings, but it really isn't. Okay, it's not over till it's over. Lenny Kravitz. It ain't over till it's over. All right, so that's kind of what I wanted to come on today and give a live about, is sitting in the suck and realizing that um, that even though you're having a terrible day or a terrible moment in your day, that it can always end on a positive note. So remember to be still and know that you are God. All right, God lives within you. You are, in essence, a fractal of God. And so uh, you can sit in the suck, but you can also remember that no matter what comes your way, it's going to be a great day. Thanks again for joining me. Today I'm going to let my hair down a little bit because I always hold my hair back to try and look more masculine, more professional, because that's what society wants to see in me. But in essence, a man grows hair just as long as a woman. So society should have no sway over the way I look or the way I view myself, because in essence, I have more power when I'm myself. This is what I really look like because this is the way my face grows out and my hair grows out. And I'm sitting in myself. Right now, my life kind of sucks and I'm sitting in it, but I'm still being authentic in myself. I'm not pretending, I'm myself. And that's all you have to be in this world, in this reality. There's power in being yourself, there's peace in being yourself. And even just talking about this has given me more peace than I had before the live stream. I felt very weak, I felt very powerless, but not anymore. Sit in the suck, but remember, you can always look up. Remember, no matter what comes your way, it's going to be a great day. Thank you again for joining me for Be Still and Know with Adam. I'm going to try and do more of these lives more often, not for the money, because I don't even have enough subscribers right now to give me money, but because the energy is worth it. The energy I put out and the energy that you receive and the energy that you get when you feel uplifted by something like this. It's worth it, even though there's no societal monetary value to it. That's another thing that I'm going to talk about in the future is doing things that are worthy because they're intrinsically, essentially worthy, and not just because you get $1 for it. By the way, $1's probably not going to be worth much in the future. So work on this inner vault. It's the only one that really matters anyway. See you later. Remember to subscribe, like the video, and support if you'd like to. But remember, that doesn't matter. What matters is here. I'll see you later.